So, is this 3D printer the next Prusa Mini Plus, but then from out of China? Well, I don't want to compare this 3D printer to a Prusa Mini, but that I will talk later in this news and updates. The Tronxy Crux 1, getting the latest news and updates right here on Zachary's 3D Prints. Hello, this is Zachary and welcome to this video. A little disclaimer before I get into the closer look of this Tronxy Crux 1. All the pictures and other stuff that you are going to see right here on this video are from the Tronxy website. So now that is out of the way, let's get into the video. So just imagine a base where your power supply unit is in, your main board, your screen, which is also a color LCD touchscreen. You can put also your micro SD card in, you can connect it right to your computer and also to put a thumb drive to it. Those things are already, I would say, amazing because this isn't a very big printer. And yet the printing volume of this 3D printer is 180 times 180 times 180 millimeters. So that makes this, when it comes to the building volume, exactly the same volume as a Prusa Mini Plus. So is this 3D printer going to be a cheaper version or a cheaper competition to the Prusa Mini? Yes on one side and no on the other side. Let me explain why I do think this. Because this machine isn't looking exactly the same thing. Can I compare it with the Prusa Mini? Maybe or maybe not. Because the printing volume 180, 180, 180 is exactly the same. But the Prusa Mini is a Bowden style extruder. Well, this one uses a Bowden tube, but it isn't direct drive. Well, I don't see a BL Touch or an other ABL system on the printhead, but does it need it? Because I do see that Tronxy used yellow springs. They are more stiffer. So when you are tensioning your print bed, it will stay level for a longer time. And as a personal opinion, in the beginning, I did like ABL, but the later and the longer I work with 3D printers, on the Sidewinder, I have a BL Touch or a BL Touch version from Artillery. The last few prints that I did on the Sidewinder X2, I didn't use the BL Touch. I choose the profile on Prusa Slicer without the BL Touch sensor. Just normal, everything went perfectly. I show you the bottom, it is nice and flat. Just clean it with IPA and make sure that your bed is level. But that is a whole other discussion. Is going about the Crux 1 from Tronxy. And I do need to say it has bed leveling knobs and it has yellow springs. So the bed tension will keep staying the same for a very long duration of time. When talking about the print bed is a glass bed using a glass bed, a carborundum glass bed. It's a cantilever arm system, so no dual Z axis. And this one has a belt tension just for the X-axis. Tronxy is using a different system for this printer. It's called the wheel linear guide rails. These are the guide rails for the Y-axis and also for the X-axis. They use a totally different kind of wheel system. If you would ask me, I would say these are smooth rods that are, attached to the, looks like an aluminum extrusion, but I can be wrong, Tronxy tries with this kind of system to do something totally different. The high printing speed and low noise. High printing speed. So with this 3D printer, they are aiming to reach higher printing speeds. I'm really wondering how fast can this 3D printer print? Corrosion resistant, not easy to rust, and simple maintenance and easy replacement. With the high winds, if those slides were bad or you had to do something about it, you had to be very careful, because if you are taking the high winds off the guide rail, the chances are that all of those balls that are within the carriage can shoot off and you are losing your balls, or small balls. But anyways, you are losing them. Compared with the V-slot rollers, I think that this is way better. For the upper one, they use 3 wheels, so 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. And for the Y-axis, of course, they use 4. There is also a handle on top of your machine. You can carry this 3D printer to every MRF or ERF or any other maker fair or other meeting where you will go with your 3D printer. You can carry this printer everywhere. This 3D printer is a direct drive 3D printer. So yes, did see you correctly. It has a Bowden tube to guide the filament over the machine into your direct drive, into your 3D printer. So you can print PLA, you can print TPU, so flexible filaments, you can print PETG, ABS, PA, and nylon. You can print nylon with this. Really? I am so curious. I see that on this picture, the filament spool holder is just directly on the side. Whereas I did see on the other picture, I see that here on this one, I see that it is to the back. So I'm not really sure how this looks like, but on other pictures, I see that the filament spool holder is flat against the 3D printer. I would like to see something like that instead of having something way sticking out, because a normal spool of filament is around 22 centimeters big, so making your 3D printer way bigger. So the Lattice glass platform, I already talked about it. It's a carborundum glass bed with a special coating on it, making sure that everything sticks when the print bed is heated up and you are going to start with printing, that your model sticks very well to the glass bed, and when it is cooling down, it will pop off right away. They also say here that with other printers, the temperature fluctuated. But if I do see this graph, they are saying something about the temperature of the bed. I don't know why they are using this graph with with this line. I don't know what that line means. I would say PID tune your heated bed if you're having problems with your temperature, that it is fluctuating way too much. But that is something that I take out of this graph. There is a filament run out sensor on this printer as well. Fingers crossed that your heated bed will stay heated, or else your print pops off and you don't have any print to recover. Not afraid of power failure, and it is equipped with the function of continuous printing after power failure, so that you are not afraid of accidental power failure during the printing process, saving time and filament. Yeah, just going to add it to your filament runout sensor. If you have a power loss and it takes more than an hour, your print pops off and there is nothing to be saved. Just saying. Some product information about the Tronxy Crux 1. The nozzle diameter standard comes 0.4 millimeter. The bed temperature is up to 110 degrees. But if I look to the other side, I mean here, maximum extruding temperature 275 degrees maximum. That means that with this printer, as mentioned, you can print PA with it, but also nylon. It is a direct drive. You have a printing temperature of 275 degrees. Put this 3D printer in a enclosed environment and you can print nylon with this direct drive 3D printer. This machine has a total weight of 5.8 kilograms, so less than 6 kilos. So take 6 spools of filament and your printer is equal to this type of weight. The printing speed, you want to know this? Well, I'm going to tell you. The printing speed is 20 millimeters per second and 150 millimeters per second, but the suggested is, like any other 3D printer, 60 millimeters per second. So, but then the question comes, what does this 3D printer cost and where can I find the site? Well, if you are going to click on buy now, you can see how much that this printer is currently costing, I think in the pre-sale. This 3D printer is going to cost $179.99 US. So for $180, this 3D printer, direct drive, you can print different kind of filaments with it and it's not bank breaking. So what do you think about this 3D printer? Let me know in the comments. If you're still watching this video, thank you, you are amazing. If you want to support this channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel. If you want to support this channel just one time, there's something like a thanks button also somewhere down here. If you don't want to spend any money on this channel, feel free to just like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's for free, just cost a one click and you see more videos like this. There are more things on this channel that I cover that has to do with 3D printing. Thank you so much and I will see you next time. Peace. Bye bye.